Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'll be showing you some more bargain hand tools that I've picked up at the middle aisle in Lidl supermarket. Here is the Parkside heat gun. The model is PHLGB 2000A1. It says on the box that it's a practical tool for stripping, shaping or heating. Power consumption is 2000 watts. It's got two modes on the trigger, so I'm guessing 1000 watts and 2000 watts of power. Temperature 350 to 550 degrees Celsius. The power cable length is 1.8 meters. Air volume 300 on setting 1 and 500 liters on setting 2 per minute. And it comes with some accessories as well, and it's got a 3-year warranty. So I bought this heat gun because I've got a heat gun. Here it is, but it's very old and it only has power of 1500 watts, and this one has 2000, and the one I've got sounds a bit like a hairdryer. It's quite noisy, so I thought I'd get a new one. So let's take a brief look at what you get inside with this one. So you get the instructions, you get these various accessories that fit on the end and channel the heat in different ways. So this one looks like it's good for scraping paint off while you heat it up. This one just funnels it in like a flat wide direction, and that's more of a rounded direction. So nice accessories to have to attach to the end of the heat gun. Here's the heat gun itself. Nice comfortable rubberized handle. It's quite lightweight as well. Here are the two modes. The center is off. The one line is setting 1, 2 lines for setting 2. Let's listen to it. Setting 1. Setting 2. So it's much quieter than my old one, which is good. Nice looking heat gun. And as you can see, the accessories fit on nicely. If you want to do a bit of paint removal, that should be great for that. Here we've got a Parkside cable tie set, and there's 251 pieces in here. You get a good range of sizes from around 10 centimeters in length up to about 30 centimeters in length. So these are really handy to have around the home. We've got some mounting adhesive, 240 grams, interior low odor in white. There's a wood filler, 300 grams, interior low odor, and it's paintable. And there's also a tile adhesive of 300 grams, which is quick drying, an interior tile adhesive. So great on the smaller jobs if you don't want to mix up a big batch of something, like you just want to repair a tile or fill a little bit of wood, and you can put the top back on and keep it sealed and fresh. So really useful to have around the home. There was quite a few different bottles with different coloured lids. I picked up a few. I picked up the silicone sealant remover, good if you want to change the sealant around a bath, for example. And I also picked up the adhesive remover. I used that the other day to get some stickers off a drawer front, and that works well too. So great little solutions for DIY projects. Here is a furniture glider set. So there was lots of different types of protective pads that go on the bottom of furniture. I've got most of them already, and I've mentioned them in a previous video, but I haven't got these ones. These are like hard plastic, and they slide, I suppose, across the, say, a laminate floor. Great for dining chairs, that sort of thing. I also picked up these glue sticks. They do the slimmer ones and the thicker ones. These are the thicker ones, the 11mm thick ones that I use in my gun. Really cheap, really useful. I got a black one and some clear ones. So I also picked up these brackets in the bargain bin for £1.19, reduced from £1.49. Even at £1.49 I think they're a real bargain. Plenty of brackets in there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's 10 in there, with screws as well. Again, really useful to have around the home for DIY projects. This is a Parkside sanding block. I bought one of these a while ago and it's good, but this one looks completely different to the one I bought previously. Maybe they've redesigned it. And it even comes with some sanding sheets. It comes with 2 sheets, a P80 grit and a 180 grit. So a coarse and a fine, as you can see. And they're already in the size that you need to add them to the block. So this design, it's like a sort of cam, I guess. You pull this up and it will lift up this part which clamps the sanding sheet in place. Then you put it down again to clamp it down. When it's in on both sides, it just clamps down like so. And it clamps down really nice and tight as well. So I think that's a very good design, much improved. Actually, I'll go and get the old one to show you the difference. Here's the old design that I bought about a year ago, I think. And that relies on a sort of spring action lever to hold the sandpaper. And it's got a handle at the top. Works well. Don't really have any problems with this one. But then the new one, maybe it's a bit more ergonomic for your hand, a bit more comfortable maybe. And I think it's quite good because once this is locked in, there's no danger of the sandpaper pulling out. Although I haven't had that problem with this one either. But let me know what you think. Which design do you prefer? Next up we've got these Parkside silicone tools. One is a silicone remover and one is a finisher. This is the finisher, this is the remover. Here is the finisher, so you can hang it up. It's got a hole here, rubberized handle, and pretty standard finish here for the corner, so that you can run that along the bead of silicone to get a nice neat finish. And here's the remover. Again, it's got a hole in it so you can hang it up, and you've got like a plastic flat scraper at the bottom, and then you can turn it over, and there's a pointy scraper to get into the bead of silicone and push along, and then the silicone will go up into here and it will remove it that way. Ideally you'd want to use this silicone sealant remover in conjunction with this tool to get the silicone off nice and easily. This is great for decorating. It's like an extendable handle, so you can put it into a box or a tool bag so it's not taking up too much space. It packs away nicely, and then you can assemble it to give you an extension on your paint roller. So here's the end. It's got various different sizes here, so you can push different sized handles of rollers on here, and then you can screw in the sections to make it longer. And there you've got an extended handle. If you've got an awkward, hard to reach spot when you're decorating, just saves you having to get a broom handle or like a long full-size extension. With this you can just pack it away nice and small and get it out when you need it, and it's made of lightweight aluminium and plastic, so it doesn't take up too much weight either. For example, you want to get a bit more length on the handle of this roller, you can push it in, get a nice tight fit like so, and then you can add the rest of the handle on and extend the length. Here is a Parkside paint roller set. I've bought paint roller sets from Lidl in the past, but I like this one because it comes in a case, which is great for protecting the rollers, because if you have these just lying around, they can pick up a lot of bits, sawdust bits and dust, and then that can contaminate your paint. So this will keep everything clean and tidy when you're not using it. Really a nice little compact tidy case, ideal to keep all your small rollers in, and it just keeps everything together so you're not rummaging around, and it keeps everything nice and clean and dust free. There's the little roller with a nice rubberized handle, decent quality, feels nice and solid, and you've got a selection of fine foam ones and sort of shag ones for different textures of wool. Here is a Parkside caulking gun. It's made of all metal, metal handle, metal body, nice green paint with the red trigger. Fairly well made, especially when considering the price. Needs a bit of oil, but not bad at all. So just great for general DIY around the home if you're siliconing a bath, or you just need it for some decorator's caulk. Not a bad gun at all. Perfect for using in conjunction with, for example, some Parkside silicone. So another great thing to have around the house, some hammers and mallets. And what I like about these in particular is that they're quite small, so they're quite user friendly. You don't always need a big heavy hammer or mallet. These are quite good for around the home. So the sort of metalworking hammer, it's only 300 grams, so it's quite lightweight and small. The mallet is also quite small, as you can see. The claw hammer is only 340 grams, and the lump hammer is only 700 grams, so no, 750 grams. So again, quite lightweight. Here is the metal machinist's hammer. As I say, quite small and lightweight for smaller jobs, and has that plastic handle with a hole to hang it up. Here's a closer look at the mallet. Steel hollow tube here with a plastic handle. Here's the claw hammer. I think this has got a fiberglass handle maybe, and then a plastic handle at the bottom. Here is the lump hammer or stoning hammer, and as you can see, it's quite a nice little small lump hammer. Usually lump hammers are quite a bit heavier than this, at least a kilo, but this is great for smaller jobs. And here they are next to some Parkside hammers and mallets that I bought a while ago with wooden handles. As you can see, these are just like bigger versions, so if you've already got these, you still might want to get these too, because they serve different purposes. As you can see, the mallet's much smaller. The lump hammer, I think this one is a kilo, this is 750, so it's about a quarter smaller than the wooden handle version. And the machinist's hammer again is larger with the wooden handle on. So these are a bit more heavy duty, a bit heavier, the wooden handles, and maybe these plastic handle ones are better for just general DIY around the home and lighter use. Okay, so that's about it then for this video. So some more real bargain hand tools to be had in the middle aisle of Lidl supermarket. Why not get yourself out there when you're shopping and have a look to see what's left. They go pretty quick, so good luck with your tool hunting. And if you did like this video, please remember to like and also consider subscribing for more DIY related videos. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.